Hello everyone, I am Will, and welcome back to my playthrough of Dark Souls Remastered. Yep. Last we left off, first off we went to Rickard the blacksmith down below Firelink, gave him the enchanted ember, then upgraded our magic boulder side sword to the enchanted path. Yep, because I did farm for the blue chunks from the crystal golems in the Darkroot Basin for the blue chunks. So we upgraded the enchanted side sword up to +4. Yeah, so now we have basically a near endgame weapon in our possession. Although we don't really have the stats to make it shine just yet, but yep, so that's the first thing we did. Upgrade our sword to enchanted path. Talked to, I think, the Crestfallen in Firelink. Heard some snoring in the back. And then after that, we ran through the waterway down into the depths. Yep. Yeah, I guess the main thing last episode was we did the depths. Yep. I'll start off by the bonfire, where we unlocked after fighting Capra Demon. Went down the stairs, yep, and then cleared it out of rats. A channeler, picked up some items. I think it was like a large shard in there, some soul items. A humanity or two. Yeah, just clear out the rats, channeler. Then we made it to this little area. There was some slime, some more rats. And then we took the little side path off to the left. Well, our right facing this way, but the left when you come down, where there was, I call the basilisk section. Yeah. So there was some more rats. And since we were in human form and the boss was still alive, we were invaded by Knight Kirk. Yep, that's usually your first encounter with Kirk down there, if you're in human form and the boss is still alive. So, he does invade 3 times, so and you have to defeat him each time in order to get his armor set. So we used our enchanted side sword and we took care of him. 1 backstab, 1 parry riposte did the job. So I love the damage numbers, 400 and 500. You love it. You love to see those. So we beat him up. We get humanity out of it, and he also has a chance to drop his weapon or his shield. We got lucky, and he dropped his weapon for us. So I might use it. I haven't upgraded it yet, but I might consider using it. And if you don't get his weapon or his shield during that encounter, don't worry. He'll have a chance to drop it every time you kill him. With the last time, the final 3rd time, I think he'll guarantee either the sword or shield, whichever one you don't have at that point. So yeah, Kirk, and then we moved forward, and that's where we encountered all the basilisks. Yep, those little creeps. Those googly eyes, the fake eyes and all that stuff. But, yeah, that's where our curse, having a bunch of humanity helps, because that boosts curse resistance, which, allows us to at least survive the initial fog or their little, because they don't attack directly. They spew fog filled with curse. So with high curse resistance, we can at least, get out and dodge before getting cursed, because you don't want to get cursed. In Dark Souls, if you get cursed, it's an instant death, and your HP is halved until you lift the curse, either by a purging stone or going down into the Nunalando ruins and finding a healer. I forget his name, like Jeremiah or something, but it's not Jeremiah, it's something else. I don't remember his name, but anyway. Cleared out the basilisk area, picked up, I think, some more soul items. The ring of the evil eyes down there, which is restores HP on kill, which is I think it's 50 HP a kill. It's not much. Yeah. And I think that was all that was down there. The ring, some soul items, humanity. Yeah, I think that was it. That was down that little section. We came back up here. I think we talked to Donald of Zealand over here. Bought some pine resins, and he told us about, using divine weapons against the skeletons in the catacombs is a good idea. So We will buy out his stuff eventually, just not right now because it's really expensive. He sells his armor set. It's like 47,000 in total. So, but he will move to Firelink eventually. I'm not quite sure what the trigger is. If we ring the second bell, I think he moves to Firelink. So don't worry if you don't have to come back down here for him. He will eventually move back up. So we talked to him, got some gold pine resin, and then we went and took on the Gaping Dragon. Yep. I did summon Solaire. I don't think I try to show off the little exploit where you can summon the NPC, initiate the boss fight, and the boss won't get the health. That's because the NPC is still being summoned. But I don't think I pulled it off. Either I didn't pull it off or they fixed it. So I think I didn't pull it off, but it's okay. But yeah, we took on the Gaping Dragon, cut its tail off for the Dragon King Great Axe. Won't be using it because it requires like 50 strength, and I'm not planning on getting that much strength. Yeah. So we cut off his tail, we beat it up, we poked it to death with our partisan, kept Solaire alive. Yep. So we got the boss drops the Blighttown key, and we got Sunlight Metal because we summoned Solaire, and Solaire was still alive. Yeah, you can also summon Lautrec for that fight, but I tend not to. Just because it makes it harder to do the exploit. So yeah. And besides, Solaire is the best boy. And we want the Sunlight Metals anyway, so. Yep. Beat up the dragon, came back here, and that was it. Yep. Not a whole lot to the depths. You can get turned around because it looks a lot the same, but not a whole lot to it. Between episodes, I didn't do anything, so all our stuff's going to be the same. I didn't upgrade anything. I think I just changed out some spells, and that's it. And today, we're going to Blighttown. I'm not sure how far down we'll go. I know there's a bonfire relatively nearby. We'll probably go till we get to that one, but there is still quite a bit of stuff between us and the bonfire, so this may be short-ish, but it's still going to be a lot of stuff. Yeah, well, depending on how much time, will depend on, well, actually, no. We'll probably stop at the bonfire once we get there, but again, there's still a few nooks and crannies to go through. And, yep. So, yeah, start of the Blighttown, at least the upper part of Blighttown. Yeah, the probably next episode after this one would probably be the section from that first bonfire down into the swamps to the next bonfire. And then the next episode will probably be from that bonfire, then the rest of Blighttown back up to Firelink, depending on how long it takes. So, yeah, I have a tendency to get turned around in Blighttown. I tend to think I have a good sense of direction, but it still turns me around every now and then. Yeah, it's also a good idea to explore Blighttown. There's a lot of goodies down there. Some weapons, some armors, bunch of soul items. There's just a lot of goodies down there. So I do recommend trying to get through all the nooks and crannies as you can. Anyway, and our equipment for today, I have the Gargoyle Tail Axe plus 10. It's a pretty strong weapon for us right now. Yeah, it's one of the stronger weapons that we have available to us besides, like an infused weapon. Another reason we're using it is because it also boosts poison, toxic, and I think bleed resistance. So just having this on will make us less likely to get toxic or poisoned. So that's a good thing to have. It's considered an axe, but it also has a good reach. It's like an in-between between an axe and a halberd, even though it's classified as an axe. So hopefully we can hit some enemies slightly out of range. So we'll put it to use, see how well it does. If I don't like it, I'll change it to something else. But for now, stick with the tail axe. Bow for the blow dart guys. Spider shield, because the spider shield will prevent poison and toxic buildup if you block. So if you find dart guys, just block their little blow darts and you won't get toxic. So yeah, because the blow dart guards are going to be the main threats in Blighttown. Because toxic is no joke. He will kill us if we don't do anything about it. That's what reminds me I need to put our blooming moss clumps on. Alright, so spider shield is to block the toxic darts. It's also a half-decent shield in its own right, so it's not bad. Steel catalyst, because it's probably the best catalyst for us. Armor is the thief mask, hard leather that we picked up last episode, elite night gauntlets, and night leggings. Can't really see it because I have the ring of fog on, but I think it looks pretty cool. It works. Here, there. I'm not quite sure about the gauntlets, but you're not really going to see it anyway, so. Yep. I have the Havel's ring just so we can maintain medium load, and I have the ring of fog. This should hopefully keep us out of sight of blow darts. That's like, we should be able to spot the blow darts before they see us. So that way we can at least get the drop on them, maybe kill them before they launch a dart. Also helps to prevent getting swarmed by the enemies, because they will hear you, climb ladders, surround you. This should at least help mitigate that. But they can still hear us, so gotta keep that in mind. They can still hear us, so but it should help. All right, here are the stats, spells. The Great Lightning, Greater Soul Arrow, Magic Weapon, and Light. Yep. Even though the Gargoyle Axe has a special property to it, it can still be buffed. So that's why we have Magic Weapon there. So, all right. Pretty solid so far. All right. Shall we get the show on the road? Yeah, let's get the show on the road. Let's see how badly we do, because Blighttown always gives me trouble, at least once or twice. Blighttown key. Yep, I got light because it's probably going to be kind of dark here and there. So having light on will help. Excuse me. Yeah, I just got to make sure we don't die and lose our humanity. I mean, the souls like we can get back. It's the humanity I'm worried about. So we need 30 humanity for the covenant down at the bottom. It allows us to get kind of close to these guys. They can be parried, but I'm not that confident in the timings. Oh, nice. Okay, 220 for the R2, not bad. Yeah. There's another big guys. Lure them one at a time. Nice. Okay. Do some solid damage. That's nice. Yep. They drop dung pies pretty commonly, or uncommonly, Blighttown. They can also drop their weapon, which is a pretty good weapon. Yeah, it's a big club that does poison build-up, so it's like pretty nice. Yeah, they hit pretty hard too, so you gotta be careful. Nope. Although with the Ring of Fog on, it's gonna be difficult to see me, so it's like, oh. More dung pie. Is that him right there? No, it's not him. He's probably on the other side of the rubble over there. Yep, there he is. There he is. There's the blow dart guy. We might be out of range, but let's see. There we go. Yeah. And they drop moss clumps like purple, blooming purple. So, and once you kill them, they don't respawn, so you don't have to worry about them coming back. So that's kind of why we have the Ring of Fog on, just so we can spot them first. And hopefully outrange them, but... Alright. Excuse me, sorry. Yep, just pick them off. Not gonna be very exciting, but better safe than sorry. Yep. Enemies are gonna be much tougher down here. Yeah, that's where you start seeing enemies becoming pretty chunky in their health and their defense. How's it looking over there? Not too bad. Yeah, there's a lot of them too. That's a grab, so be careful. Yes. Come on. You lost sight of us. Either that, he was trying to the path. All right. Having the Ring of Fog is just kind of cheat. I wouldn't say it's cheat, but it's, you know, it makes the game much, at least this section of Blighttown much more bearable. Otherwise, you're gonna get swarmed by these guys, and it's like a 3-on-1, and it's not fun. It's not fun. Yeah, that little jump attack's pretty quick. Did see one more guy, so just... There he is. Who's using a corpse as a weapon. Yeah. Didn't the Blighttown key say something about, you know, these guys being pretty deplorable or something like that? Yeah, they drop soul items, so... And no, you can't get the corpse weapon, so don't bother. It's not in the game. Yep, the soul item. All right. I think you can make that, but I'm not going to try. Yeah, I don't want to risk losing my souls and my humanity. This bridge is rickety. Yeah. Rickety bridge. The enemies don't get rickety, but we do. Hello. Don't go down. Come here. That's a grab. Alright, so it's 2-shot. If I had a bit more dexterity, it wouldn't be so bad. Alright, we want that. That is a weapon that we want. The only way to get to it is to jump, but we're going to come back for it. We're going to actually clear the little area first, and then come back for it. Yeah, because you jump across, then you kind of jump down, and I'd rather clear out the area first before we hop down. Yeah, I think the bonfire is over there. Yeah, I think it's over there. Okay. All right. Yeah, pretty dark. Hopefully it's not too dark in this little recording, but over here, another item. You have to actually slide off to get this one. I'll just roll off. Shadow set. Very cool looking set. It does differ between male and female, so... Oh, camera, hello. Okay. Yeah. I think that's death over there, though I think you could... No, you can't... You can go from there to here, but not here to there. But... Anyway... There's another blow dart guy around here somewhere. Alright, let's just drop down. Their soul item. Proud Knight, I think it's 2,000 souls. I want to say there's a blow dart up there, but I don't see him. He might not be rendered in yet. Yeah, we attracted him because of the sound. They'll come investigate and then they'll go back. We're gonna take this nice and slow so we don't get overwhelmed. The last thing you want is to get overwhelmed by these guys. Especially at our current health level, it's not good. Come on. Am I in a place where you can't get to? Yeah, I think so. I think they can't get to us without hopping around. Because that goes up there. Okay. I think the bonfire is right over there on the other side of that. This real quick. Soul item. I could have sworn there was one up there. Oh well. Okay, yeah, I think we have to roll off. Alright. Let's work backwards. Oh no, there's the bonfire. Okay. thought it was further on. Must be... Definitely thought it was further on. Alright, we'll tag it. We won't rest. There's quite a few of them down there, so just be careful. Come on. Thank you. Yeah, there's more of them down there. You coming, buddy? Come on. Nice. I was afraid we were going to bounce off that wall there, but I guess we got lucked out. Alright. Carefully. Blue and purple moss clumps, definitely useful in this area. The toxic blow dart guys. Alright, we have another rickety bridge. This one's even more rickety than the other one. We might die here, just trying to cross this bridge. There are items on the other side we do want. So yeah. Let's hope we don't die. Yeah, like that. Ooh, that was very nerve-wracking. How do we get to that? There's another juts. Yeah, fire dogs. They will spew fire, so just be careful. See a bunch more enemies. Item over there. There's a guy right there. He's probably in an ambush. Oops. All right. Continue down. Okay, so we get to this. Another precarious ledge. Humanity, which we'll take it. Alright. I think that's everything that's down here. Alright, time for the nerve-wracking rickety bridge. But at least now we don't have to cross it ever again after this. Alright. Yeah, because as the bridge sways, but you don't quite sway with it. So if you're not trying to correct yourself, you will fall off. Which way does it go? Alright, so it goes left. Ooh, okay. Very nerve-wracking. Especially when you have, 70,000 souls and 21 humanity on the line. Blah. I think we cleared out most of the area, so we're going to now jump for that item. Jump for that weapon. How do I get back? It's over here. Is it? No. It's over there. Just look for the torches. Yeah, FromSoft uses light and items to kind of mark your way. Alright, so we're going to backtrack that way. Yeah, definitely recommend taking care of this guy because he will break out of it. So. Ooh, spear, thank you. Yeah, he will break out of that jar and surround you. He did do that to me once, and I don't want to do it again. Naval soldier. It should mostly be cleared at this point. Okay, cool. Alright, now to jump. Here we have the Ayato, the other katana for us. Let me get solid land. Yep. It'll probably be one of our go-to weapons for a lot of the playthrough. It doesn't have a lot of durability, but it does have high dex scaling and some bleed, so... take this off. It's clear for now. Standard R1 for katana. The R2, a draw slash. It has a proper name and it has a proper move name, whatever, but I don't quite remember what it's called. The stance R2 in the unsheath for Elden Ring. So we will upgrade that Hummy for sure. Yeah. Katana is drawn from the scabbard at lightning speed using an Yaijutsu technique. Technique, that's the right word. Allows the wielder to charge forward to swiftly cut down distant foes. Yep. Definitely upgrade that, but what's our time? I think we can go through the rest of the Blighttown. Only halfway through. Do I want to rest? No, I don't. Okay. All right, let's just keep going. I thought it would take me a bit longer to get to that bonfire because I thought it was a bit further down, but it turns out it's not. Did we clear out this area? I think we did. Yeah, that's the way back up, so we did. So this is the way forward. I'm still paranoid that there's a blow dart up there. Anyway. He is there. I saw him. I saw him move. Ow. I thought I got it. Let's pull these guys one at a time. If we didn't have the Ring of Fog, that blow dart guy would be on us. He lost track of us. Alright, yeah, I saw him. He's right there. Just barely make him out. What, is he not, like, spawned in from here? Or is he behind, like, a rock? Wow, Dark Souls, thanks. He doesn't even spawn in until you get here. Alright, we're probably going to eat a blow dart. Or not. Okay. Moss clump. There's a drop down right there. Let's see what's... Ah, there it is. Chaos bug. Clear that little spot. Yep. Easiest way to deal with the chaos bugs, just, you know, sit up here. Arrow. Yeah. It's very dangerous if you get to its front or to its side. So, best take it out from range or sneak up behind it through that little tunnel there. It can't get you in the inside of the tunnel. But... and once it's gone, it doesn't respawn, so... Yep, 1,000 souls. It doesn't drop anything, so don't worry about not getting anything, so... but it does guard a pretty powerful pyromancy. Now we'll just take the ladder. I don't want to jump around and kind of confuse myself anymore. We can actually start seeing the bottom. Enemies are spawned. Once you get down to the ladder, they're gone. Alright, so we have choices. We can go that way. It'll probably take us to the item it's guarding. Or we can go this way. You see the items are drawing us that way, but we'll go this way. Good day, sir. We'll go this way, see where this takes us. He heard us. Can't go that way. Keep your shield. Oh, blow dart. Yep. Yep. Our shields are protecting us from the toxic. And that's why we have the spider shield. There's the little guy we spotted earlier. here we have Eagle Shield. It's the wooden great shield. Yeah, it's pretty light, doesn't require that much strength. It's 16 strength. It is considered a great shield, so it does have pretty good deflection. So things will bounce off it pretty easily. Pretty good stability, very good lightning. Wow, I didn't realize its lightning gauge was that high. Yeah. Eagle design, lightest and easiest great shield to handle. Great shields are very stable and deflect attacks, but one cannot parry and instead bashes with the shield. So it does have some decent weight to it. 6 units, it knows that. So yeah, you would use a great shield just for, you know, deflections. Have enemies bounce off your shield and then have a spear in your hand and kind of poke at them afterwards. Is that the only thing down here? Yeah, I think that was the only thing down here. So we could go that way. We'll excuse you. We'll go this way. We'll go this way next. Okay, it's actually a dead end, never mind. Although we could drop down. Okay, so this is the way forward, okay. Just beat him in his butt. Ladder. This should go us up to the one blow dart guy that was up at the top. I think he was over here. Come on. Thank you. Slow and steady. Yeah, sure, we'll do it. Come on. Thank you. There's also another drop down for an item. I don't remember where it's at. It's further down. Okay, I think it's further down. This is the backside of the bug. Yeah, this is where we could get the chaos bug from the other end, right here. Yep. And he was guarding Pyromancy Power Within. Yep. It boosts all damage by, or at least most damage by, like 40%. But you take 1% HP damage per second for 100 seconds. So it will kill you outright if you don't do something about it. But it is a pretty solid damage increase. 40%. Alright. So this was the... came down this ladder and went up that way. So now we go this way. Soul item. Yeah, there he's back there. Let's try to get him if he will come. He lost interest. Solid. They can be backstabbed, so if you don't want to parry, just get behind them. Haha, I'm quicker. More poop. Yeah, if we didn't have the Ring of Fog, this one guy back here would have joined the fight, and that would have made it pretty difficult in this little space. Yeah, the big guy with his wide range, and this guy is just frantic all about. Yeah, we're pretty close, he doesn't see us. Okay, I like the gargoyle tail axe. That reach is just nuts. It's nuts for an axe. Alright. There's a drop down in here somewhere for a weapon. Oh, there it is. Yeah. Could drop down here for it, but we'll backtrack. We'll go through here, clear out the enemies, and then come back, and then drop down. Traverse. So we only have one way to go. Oh, now we have chaos bugs. Not chaos bugs, might as well just call them chaos bugs. Yeah, fire guys. This is actually where we'll come out from when we drop down. Okay. I thought there would be some enemies down here, but I guess not. Well, no, we'll do it later. Let's go back. So I am on the other side. Can't get to it till we exit out. Yep. Beyond this little wall is the way out of Blighttown. Back up to Firelink. This is going to be a little dangerous. Game? Game? Why are you trying? You're not letting me get up there, game. Alright, fine. We'll do it this way. Alright, let's hope we don't fall to our deaths. There we go. And we have the whip. Not the best weapon in the game. It does have pretty good dex scaling, but I'm not going to use it. Yeah, leather whip, non-intended for battle, virtually ineffective against armor and tough scales, but quite formidable against enemies with exposed skin. Yep. Yeah. It's doable, but it's like, it's not, it's, you can do it, but it's a pain. Excuse me. All right. There we go. Just hop off. All right. And now we have making our way to the bottom. I think we got about everything above us that we get to. All right. I'm surprised how close we can get. Almost a one shot. That's pretty good. If we had the Bellowing Dragon Crest, we probably would have one shot him. They don't drop anything, so don't worry about it. About farming them for anything. I think there's another blow dart guy around here somewhere. There he is. Probably get toxic Or not. Never mind. Moss clump. I always forget how good the range the Ferris bow has. I'm always expecting a drop off, but nope. And headshots usually help. I think we're good. Put on the dust crown. Yeah, one shot. That's what I like to see. There's quite a number of them. Yep, and there's those mosquito things. Mosquitoes, as far as I know, will constantly respawn. So don't worry about killing them off. They'll just come right back. Past the glow dark guy is probably one of my favorite armor sets. The Wanderer set and the Falchion. Yeah, the Wanderer set alone is probably one of my favorites, especially on a female character. So we'll make use of that probably next episode. Let's go down. I wouldn't go that way. You could probably still die from the fall. Thank you. Oops. Free aim. Though it did make a pretty interesting trajectory. I thought I would just go straight. Here comes the mosquitoes. All right. Some item below us? Interesting. All right, now we're gonna have to change up some of our equipment. First, we're gonna put on the rusted iron ring, which will now expose us to these guys. Rusted iron ring, just so we don't slow down here. I want to put on the poison bite, but that'll put us on heavy load, and I gotta lower our weight a bit. Yeah, screw the shield. All right. Really? Really? God damn. Alright. On our blue and purple, just in case. Alright. We are going to go that way first. Out of the way, mosquitoes. I don't care for you. Maybe just drop down. Yeah, right here. Alright, we're gonna head this way first. Poison bites so we can at least avoid getting poisoned as much as we can. It's still kind of dark down here. Green shard. Yep, these are leeches. Yep. These are probably your best source of large shards before Sen's Fortress. It's quite a number in the area. They drop it pretty uncommonly. Yeah, they drop large shards pretty uncommonly, as well as 5 green shards pretty uncommonly as well. So I wouldn't be surprised if you could get, you know, a few, like 2 or 3 large shards per run. I think there's like close to 10 or so in this little area by this tree. So yeah, it is a very good spot for large shards outside of Sen's Fortress, or before Sen's Fortress. Because inside the fortress you can actually buy the shards, so... Nice. Alright. Let's just grab these guys. This will also be a good place to use the Ring of the Evil Eye, just so you can get a bit of health back from the poison. Clear out around the... Just clear this area out. Ow. There's another shard. Just top off. Yeah, here's where a lot of them are at. Yeah, that's it. 2, 4, 6, 9 in this little area alone. With the 10, you know, like another, yeah, it's probably close to 20. Hit us. So I could backstep out of the way quick enough, but nope. One behind the corner. Nope. There we go. Yep, they dropped, there you go, 5 green shards. And the Sever. Yep, Sever is a great curse sword? Yeah, there it is. Yeah. Sever. What was it saying? Yeah, curved great sword. It also restores HP on hit. I think it's a flat amount, like the Ring of the Evil Eye. It's not a lot. But, again, in Souls games, any health return is good health return. Alright, let's go up here. This will lead us into the Great Hollow. We have Blank Shield. And there we go. Illusory Wall. We have a chest. It's not a mimic. Twin Humanities. And another illusory wall. 2 walls back to back. Yeah. It's the Great Hollow. One of the bigger secrets of Dark Souls back in the day. Like, who would check for another illusory wall behind an illusory wall? Well, something just died. Here's a bonfire. Yeah, we'll rest here. I'll also kindle this one at least once anyway. Alright. Let's repair our stuff while we're down here. Okay. There are a bunch of crystal lizards in here that can drop Titanite slabs. We're not going to go for any of them. We are actually going to go for a ring, if we can find it. I think it's that right there. In the bottom left. Bottom right, I mean. Yeah, little item there. That's a ring. We'll grab that ring and we'll come out. We're back to the bonfire. Trying to think of how to get to it. Right here? I think right here. Oh, that was bad. That could have been bad. But we got lucky. Roll for the Chloranthy ring. Yep. It's another ring that increases stamina regeneration rate. And it does, and as far as I know, it does stack with the Grass Crest shield. So you have those two on. Stamina comes back in like an instant. It's really good. Yeah. We almost died there, so I'm going to not press my luck and get out of here. That's all we came to get. Bring us back up to the Great Hollow. Alright, it's our time. We'll go to the other bonfire. We'll get to the other bonfire and we'll call an episode after that. It should just be, you know, an item here and there, armor set, and an NPC invader, but nothing we can't handle. Oh. 55. Oh, that's right. Okay. I thought Havel's Ring doubled our equip load, but no, it's 50%. I keep forgetting. All the leeches respawn, so we'll just take care of these three right here. Oh, I forgot. I was holding block. Large shard, nice. See, pretty commonly. Or pretty common, I should say. We have a bunch of purple moss, might as well use it. Avoid those guys, but the mosquitoes will spot you because they have pretty good sight range. But if you had the Ring of the Evil Eye, you could just pick the mosquitoes off her health back whenever you need it. Large soul. Stick to the edge and you'll be fine. Ow. Yeah, they don't do a lot of damage, but they will annoy you. This. Soul item. I'm not a Goomba, so don't stomp on me. We are our little followers. There we go. Yeah, I know. Poison's not that bad. Oh, and we should be expecting an invader here in a moment. Um, any moment now. That was... really? Yeah, they're just gonna pop out over there, yep. Alright. We should get an invader here shortly. I'm trying to... There he is. She is. Yeah, there she is. A reference to Demon Souls. And get backstabbed. Get wrecked, man-eater. Grab a humanity. And she drops out. These things are so annoying. Man-eater Mildred. Yep. Humanity and butcher knife. Guaranteed to drop the butcher knife, so you don't have to worry about not getting it. It's considered an axe. It does have really good strength scaling, and I think it also restores HP on kill. Let me just check. Butcher knife, yeah. Giant butcher knife wielded by the undead man-eating cook lurking in the depths. More a tool for subduing and preparing live catches than an actual weapon. Those who have faced this deadly blade have a deeper sense of how heartless prey must feel, or hopeless prey must feel. I think it restores HP on kill, like the server. So I'm not too sure. It should say here, but I don't think it does, or it didn't anyway. But yeah, very good strength scaling. It is heavy though, 10 units. Woof. Yeah. And before we close out, let's go back here. Let's drop down. And over here we have the dragon scale. I think it's our second dragon scale. Yep. Dragon is inseparable from the scales and the transcendent apostles who seek the proprietary or perpetuity of the ancient dragons have crossed the very ends of the earth to seek this invaluable treasure. Yep. Used to upgrade dragon weapons and for the Dragon Covenant, which is down the Great Hollow. So, and the only renewable source of it is through the dragon dueling PvP or the drakes in the Valley of the Drakes. So, yeah, we don't really need, well, we will need some, but not a lot. All right. And let me just rest real quick. We'll come to this bonfire as well, just once. All right. And with that, I will call an episode. Did actually a lot more than I anticipated. Yeah, Blighttown is a lot of good stuff in Blighttown. It's just you can get turned around pretty easily in Blighttown. Next, everything looks the same. It's pretty dark, but yeah. Started off outside of the gates in the depths, climbed down into the actual Blighttown itself. Took advantage of the Ring of Fog effect to pick enemies off one at a time. Definitely recommend doing that if you can, because otherwise you can get overwhelmed pretty quickly, and it's not good. The Blighttown is a pretty big, I would say, the first major jump in difficulty in Dark Souls. because the enemies are a lot tougher, a lot stronger than other enemies so far. The only other enemies that are stronger are going to be the NPCs out in the Dark Root Garden past the steel door, but you're not really meant to go there right now. But here in the depths, they are much stronger than anything else so far. Well, again, not everything we faced, but general progression, they're going to be your tougher enemies. So, especially with the blow dart guys and toxic, and if you're not prepared or know what you're doing, it could be a real mess. I remember Blighttown sucked the first time going through it. With the blow dart guys getting overwhelmed and the frame rate issues in the original release, it was nasty. I do not recommend it on anybody. But yeah, so we took advantage of the Ring of Fog just to pick people off one at a time, attack the blow dart guys before they could see us. Yeah, went through all the nooks and crannies, grabbed a bunch of soul items, found the Ayato weapon, the Shadow Warrior set. We also picked up the Wanderer set. Trying to think what else we got. Yeah, humanity here and there. Almost had a heart attack on the rickety bridge. Also had another heart attack down the Great Hollow. I thought we were going to slide off to our deaths there, but luckily we didn't. Yeah, just slowly made our way through Blighttown. Picked off blow darts, the giant chaos bug with the arrows. Picked up the power within. Probably won't use it, but it's there if we need it. I just don't like the health loss over time. It puts me off, so I don't tend to use it like that. Let's see, grab the whip. Probably won't be using it. Trying else we picked up. The Wanderer set, yeah. Picked up some more large shards from the leeches. The server, which we probably won't be using. We picked up the Chloranthy ring inside the Great Hollow. I'll probably use that eventually, maybe. We'll see if we need it. Trekked our way through the swamps. More soul items. Came up here, and then we encountered Maneater Mildred. Yeah. Who AI kind of bugged out there for a second, which allowed us to get a backstab and quickly finished her off. Yeah, use the strong attack on the halberd to stagger her, and then do follow up with a quick R1. Yeah. So, yeah, she's basically a insider joke at From Software. Yeah, because in the original Demon Souls, there was an enemy in Valley of the Defilement at the little big swamp area. Yeah, because that enemy is the bane of every player who tries to go through there. Especially in the original release, because you had no rusted iron ring. So there was no way to roll in the swamp or move fast in the swamp. But the hostile NPC that was down there had a giant cleaver, and she was not impeded by the swamp. She could roll, she could move at full speed, and the weapon she had was very powerful. One of the best weapons in that game. So Maneater Mildred is kind of like an inside joke for that. So, yeah. But now that we defeated her, she drops her butcher knife, and she is available for the boss fight with Quelaag. Yep. So we'll probably summon her just because there's no real reason to, just because I want to. Yeah. And then we got the bonfire, grabbed the scale, and that was it. Cursed at the mosquitoes here and there, but other than that, yeah, that was good. Did a lot more than I anticipated because it didn't take me as long as I thought. So, yeah. And then next episode, we'll actually continue on Blighttown. We won't go to the Quelaag just yet. I want to kind of clear out the way up a little bit before we take her on. Yeah, because Shiva's down here since we're in the Forest Hunter Covenant. I hope so. Yeah, good. Yep, Shiva's down here, buy all his weapons, and probably kill him. Because once we buy all his weapons, we no longer need the Forest Hunter, we no longer need Shiva or his bodyguard. So just take care of him down here. Bam. Yep. Yeah, so we'll buy his weapons, kill him, his bodyguard, climb up the exit out of Blighttown for a little bit. There's one main section that we want to clear out before we take on the boss, because there's a Firekeeper soul in there. The rest of the Blow Dark guys are in there. Yeah, and then once we clear out that little area, we'll come back down, talk to Quilana, who will only appear if you have a +10 Pyromancy Flame or stronger, which we do. So we'll talk to her, and then we'll go take on the boss. And then we'll go from there. So yeah, next episode, the rest of Blighttown. And hopefully the other Bell of Awakening. So yeah, but that'll be for another episode. So until then, I thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all. Let's see if I can remember it. See you all next time.